Welcome once again in the class of Basic Civil Engineering. In last lecture, we have seen some of the construction material. So today we are going to see remaining construction materials. So I am Mr. S. S. Sogule, Assistant Professor, Civil Engineering Department. The timber or wood. So what are the requirements of the timber? So basically, it should be dense so that it has the good strength should be there. Then it should form texture, that is, it should not be rotten or some knots should not be there. Then in case of dense also, we can say perforations or something like that should not be there, or something coming out in the powder form, that is not there. uh, uh, then it should have dark uniform color, not exactly entirely dark. It is quite light, but somewhat dark uniform color. Then it should be workable and good machinability. So it should be easy to work, easy to cut, easy to handle, and good. It should be used uh, neatly with the machine or with ease with the machine. So these are the requirement of timber. Then types of the timbers are natural timbers like babul, oak, pine, mango, sal, teak, neem, palms, cheer, etc. Then industrial timbers are veneers, plywoods, and fiberwoods. Actually, plywoods we are preparing for the natural timber itself, but it is kind of large sheets. So these are the types of timber. So this here you can see, or you might have seen so many structures like this. These are the trusses made up by the timber, or even columns are made up of by the timber. Actually, in northern region of the world, the or in India also, the structures are made up of the timber because the timber is plentifully available in that region. So it is easy to cut and use the timber. Even uh, the timber has good thermal insulation properties. That's why it has been preferred in the regions like cold regions, etc. Even you might have seen in foreign countries the timber has been preferred most for the construction of houses. Now the use of the timber. So earlier the timber has been used for the railway sleepers. Now the concrete sleepers are there, bridges, pipes, etc. The furniture, decorative pieces, and doors still are in use. The timber has been preferred material for preparation of all these things. Then packing material, piles, that is part of foundation, or sheet piles for the temporary work. Then cart wheels, the poles, span, rafters, roof, partition walls, boards, etc. has been prepared by or made by the timber. So this is all about the timber. Uh, we can see more use of timber in particularly furniture in our side, but as a building material at most of the places in the northern region, as I told you earlier. The sand, it is a naturally available material, and it is quite durable, and it mix with binding material easily, that is with the cement easily. So we prefer sand as a filling material in the cement. So types of sand: the natural sand and artificial sand. Natural sand is obtained from the pits, river beds, and sea beds. And artificial sand, it is formed by decomposition of sandstone due to various weathering effect. And one more is there right now, that is crushed sand. It is also called as artificial sand, and which is prepared by crushing the stones in small form. And the aggregates, the fine aggregates, which is nothing but again the sand. The size of aggregate is 4.75 mm or less is termed as a fine aggregate. And the coarse aggregate, the size of aggregate from 80 mm to 4.75 mm is known as a coarse aggregate. So there are two main use of aggregates in the construction. One, the underlying material for foundation to adding stability, or the drainage layer, that water can drain from that particular layer. And ingredients of Portland cement concrete up to 60 to 75 of the volume and 79 to 85 of the it. The percentage 60, percentage 75 for volume and percentage 79 to percentage 85 of weight in the Portland cement concrete. Basically, which concrete consists of cement, sand, coarse aggregate and water. So the cement plays the binding material role. The main strength comes in the concrete by the coarse aggregate itself, and the sand plays the role of filler here, and the water, which is which can be used for workability, and as well as it has reaction with the cement, so that we will have the hardened paste or hardened form of the concrete. Now the mortar, it is particularly mixture of cement and sand, and even sometimes lime and sand also, to bind the bricks or stones firmly in wall of the construction. It has been used. The bricks or stone, the firmly bind in stone, the mortar has been used. Even they are used for the plaster work as a finishing material to provide the weather resistance to joints in masonry, and even joints in masonry are covered by the plaster work, because most of the times we can see there is not a great finish by using the bricks or sometimes the stone. So to cover that defective, rather improper work, the plastering has been used. Also it provides the additional strength also, but mainly the purpose of plastering to level that wall and hide the defective workmanship. Then the whitewash and color are also applied on the plaster surface easily. Now the concrete. So it is the composite material composed of fine and coarse aggregate bonded together with the cement paste, that is cement and water, that hardens over times. So what are the types of cement? So basically before that, in concrete, as I told you earlier, there are four main ingredients. Even uh, addition to these four ingredients, we can add the fibers to improve the tensile strength, because the concrete is uh, strong in compression but not that much strong in the tension. To improve these properties, we can add the fibers, that is fibers of glass, then steel fibers are there, and even carbon fibers are there. So many material, even the hybrid fiber, that is mixture of two three fibers can be used. Even some natural fibers like coires or the fibers from coconut trees, etc., has been used. So this is particularly the concrete. So what are the types of concrete? First is the plain cement concrete, then the reinforced cement concrete, in which the reinforcement in terms of steel rebars has been added. Sometimes now we are developing the reinforcement like the bamboo also, so that also can be used. Then precast concrete, then and pre-stressed concrete. So this is the basically process of concreting. Here you can see the steel rebars are there, and concrete is placing with the help of this pipe, and which is pumped by the concrete pump. And mainly for the most big works, the ready mix concrete has been used, that you might have seen the mixer with the which is transporting the concrete, that is transit mixer it called. So for most big work, the this kind of concrete has been preferred, because the quality is great in these kind of concretes, that is in ready mix concretes. Now the bitumen. Bitumen materials are classified as asphalt and tars. Several asphalt products are mostly in highway construction, that is bitumen. But it also used as a sealing and waterproofing agent. So most of the times in villages you might have seen, for the when we have the steel sheets as a steel or cement sheets as a roofing material, So where the those things has been hooked with the steel joist or the purlins or with the trusses, at that point those bolts can be sealed with the help of this particular bituminous material. So tar are produced by destructive distillation of bituminous coal or by cracking the petroleum vapors. Tar is primarily used for waterproofing membrane such as roof. So basically, this asphalt and all those things has been used for the road construction or the top layering material. Even it is used as a binder, that is hot mix. It is called as a binder for the uh, coarse aggregates and fine aggregates in case of the road construction. And it is preferred because it's cheaper than the cement. Now the glass. You all familiar with the what is glass? So it is has been fascinating material to the humankind since it was first made in about 500 BC, that is before Christ. So you can see the glass facades here, and which gives a good appearance uh, for the building. And even we are mainly using this thing for the windows, so that it will allow a light to pass through, and we have the uh, natural light inside our building and with the protection from the weather. So glass in architecture, so it has been used as a facades or as in construction. So in facades also, the building fenestrations, that is window, then stained ribbon sliding fixtures, etc., sliding doors, then cladding in facades, that is structural glazing, as you have seen over here, that is structural glazing. Then surface treatments, that is chemically coated, uh, or the screened or painted or laminated, that in old buildings like churches, etc., you might have seen the screened or coated glasses. So it is there in case of the even the facades also, and even in case of building windows. So you might have heard the Bajra glass or the goggle glass. So even the stain or stitch glasses are there. So all these things have been used in forms of facades in the building. And in construction, glass as a load bearing element, that is for the canopies, skylights, or the roof, it has been used as a roof. In sometimes to allow the light in the building, these canopies or skylights has been used. Even for the partition wall also, this masonry glass blocks has been used. Then some buildings for staircase, the glass steps have been used. And sometimes in case of some buildings, the beams and floors are also used for the hardened. These are of hardened laminated glass which cannot break easily. The same materials has been used in case of the car windshields, etc., which cannot shatter easily or not shatter into pieces. It has some failure pattern while failure. So, since beginning we are using the glass, or we have rather attraction of glass, and day by day, that so much development has been there. Initially, it was not that much strong, but right now we have the alternative like hardened laminated glass or the fiber glass, etc. So that which cannot break easily, and that can be used as a building material. Even you might have heard the companies like Saint Gobain or the uh, Corning, which produces the Gorilla Glass, which you are familiar with, because in all around 90% of mobile phone has the Gorilla Glass protection, which cannot or which is scratch resistant and which cannot break easily. So even they have developed so many techniques that uh, with the help of so much improvement like nanomaterials, etc., that glass can change its color. Sometimes you might have heard with the goggle glass or day night glasses, so it can change its color, and that can be used as a partition material for the buildings. And so much development has been there. Even sometimes the cooktops are also there, and still they are in development phase, which can generate the heat, so that we cannot require burners, etc. And even at the same time we can work on them as a computer screen, or as a interface for the computer or home, or artificial intelligence or home control systems, etc. So many things are there. Even you might have seen the movies like Iron Man, etc. In that they have shown the mobile phones of transparent glasses, etc. So these things are there, and that can be used for the comfortable living, or with the help of this artificial intelligence we can uh, make our life comfortable. Even uh, the companies like Saint Gobain are producing the glasses which are only passing the light, not the what we can say thermal rays, or thermal or the heat, rather we can say heat, which cannot pass the heat. So that even though it is uh, very much hot outside, but those glasses cannot or not transferring the heat inside the building, so that it will help to keep the building within the controlled temperature. So these much developments are going on, and people now are preferring the glass for uh, partition materials because of all these developments. Now the FRP, fiber reinforced polymers, or also fiber reinforced plastic, is a composite material made up of a polymer matrix reinforced with the fibers. The fibers are usually of glass, carbon, or aramid, although other fibers such as paper or wood or asbestos have been sometimes used. FRPs are commonly used in aerospace, automotive, marine, and construction industries. So you can see here, these are the FRP material. These are the FRP sheets. These are their, this is fabric. Like you might have seen this kind of material in so many cars, or some roof material of some rickshaws. It has been used. So this is there. We can create a pipes or the sheets as a building material. So basically, as we written over here, is the composite material made up of polymer matrix reinforced with the fibers. So you can see the fibers over here, and this is the made up of the polymer matrix. So this is FRP, which can be used as a sheets, and even in some cases we can use this thing as a coating material, or we can use it as a uh, for the improvement of the uh, properties of the structure, or the reinforcement, or for the extending life of the particular structure, that can be used. Particularly the carbon fiber polymer has been used in these cases to increase the strength of the cracked surfaces or older buildings. Now the composite material, also called as a composition material, or shortened to composite, which is the common name. It is a material made up from two or more constituent materials with significantly different physical or chemical properties that, when combined, produce a material with characteristic of different from the individual component. Great example of the composite material is RCC, that is reinforced cement concrete. It has the two different constituent material like cement concrete and the steel. and which are having the different physical and chemical properties, but when they are combined, produce material, that is RCC, with characteristics different from the individual component. That is, it has the good amount of the compressive strength as well as the tensile strength also. Here, in case of this material, the concrete handles the compression and steel is taking the tension part. So both are acting or helping each other to give us a good amount of or nice structure. So this is the best example of the composite material, and same thing is there in case of other composite materials also. So the references for this particular lecture is slideshare.com, then these two websites, that is Understand Construction and intecopen.com. So this is for the building material, and thank you. And hence I would like to declare that your first unit is over.